To see a website that has been created by using ChatGPT completely. So I'm going to show you the website. The website that is in front of your screen right now is actually a complete website that has been created by ChatGPT. I have written no code at all. Everything is auto-generated by ChatGPT. I just copied and pasted all of that code and created this page. Now let's see how the page looks. The page look like this. We have our navbar, we have our links, we have our buttons. Here we have two buttons is our hero banner section, and then we have this three card with what we do section, right? And you can see the hover effect here. Then we have the step-by-step journey of what the steps are, 1 2 3 4, how to carry forward or carry on with our company. Then we have this call to action button, and you can see this stupid animation because I asked the ChatGPT to do this, just some silly things, and it actually did it, so I just kept it here. And so this is the call to action button, you can see it here. Then we have our gallery section where there are images and gallery and everything. Then we have our frequently FAQ section where there are questions and answers like this, and everything is working really great here, right? And then we have our newsletter where we have images and subscribe to our newsletter, and we have our footer section at the end. It looks pretty decent. Now let's see how good it is in responsiveness. You can see here it is highly responsive. Everything is perfectly fine. This is also pretty good. This is also responsive, and it looks really great. So we are going to create this whole page using ChatGPT by not writing any code to see how good ChatGPT is to create your web page and your website. So let's see how to use ChatGPT to create web pages and not write any code and get this amazing output. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, there has been a lot of noise about ChatGPT being able to write code, and you can easily build a website using ChatGPT and all of those things. So what we're going to do today is we're going to test ChatGPT and see how well we can work with it. We can see if ChatGPT can actually create really great website, even maybe probably better than me. Let's see, and we are going to test it out and see if it is really true that ChatGPT can actually create a website and we don't need programmers or developers like me. And also we're going to test out how good it is and how easy it is to work with. I'm really interested to see if we can create a great project using ChatGPT without writing any line of code, or maybe we have to write some line of code. We will see if it will make any mistakes or it will not make any mistakes. So basically we will judge how ChatGPT will create a website for us, and we are going to create an awesome landing page in React by using Tailwind CSS. So let's see, let us check out the ChatGPT. Let's see if it is really that good as people say it is, or maybe it is not, right? But also I want to make sure that we are creating basic static landing page. So let's see if it is really good at creating that. I mean, we are not doing anything complex here, just normal HTML, CSS, JSX, React, and Tailwind CSS, nothing more. Let's see if it really can do such simple thing or not, right? So let's create an awesome landing page with no coding. Probably if ChatGPT is that good, but if it is not that good, we might have to write some code by ourselves. But anyway, let's see how good ChatGPT is in creating our project. Okay, so first of all, what I want to do is I want to create a React project. So first I will say to Tailwind CSS, not Tailwind CSS, I will say to our ChatGPT is how create a new React project in TypeScript and integrate Tailwind CSS in it. Okay, so first of all, what I have to say is that I am not using premium ChatGPT version. It is free version, so I don't know how fast it will work, but let's see. Oh, it's really great. So first of all, it created template here. It says go inside your project, and it also say to install Tailwind CSS and auto prefixer and post CSS as well, which is pretty good because obviously auto prefixer is going to help us to write all those WebKit related CSS code, which is pretty dope. I think this is really good that it is also telling us to install this post CSS and auto prefixer. And also to initialize it for configuration file, and then add something in your configuration file, again add it inside your index.css and inside your app.tsx file as well. Okay, so let's try and do everything that our ChatGPT is saying us to do. I'll just copy the code. I will just go to my terminal and paste it. Okay, so now we can see that we are inside our project of my app. Now I will just start it by saying npm start. Let's see if it starts or not. Okay, so the project is actually starting and we can see our React project here. So good job. The first job it does is really good. Now second thing is we want to add Tailwind CSS and its dependencies, and it's awesome that it is adding auto prefixer, because now auto prefixer is going to add all those vendor login code like WebKit code by itself. We don't have to write those code, which is pretty dope. And I'm going to copy it. I'll just cancel it for now and just install those packages as well. Okay, the package is installed. Now second thing is we have to initialize Tailwind CSS. I'll just copy this as well and paste it. Okay, see, it just created those files for us. So now I have to open it inside my Visual Studio Code. I'll just open, and inside I have this my app. Go inside it, couple of folders it has created for me. And now what should I do next? So inside my tailwind.config.js, I'll go inside this folder and I'll just copy it, remove everything from here, paste it like this. And after that we have in our source index.css file. So inside source index.css file, I will remove everything and just put it right here as well. So now in our app.tsx file, inside our source, so source app.tsx file, I'll just copy, remove everything and paste it here and save it. Now I can just run npm start and see if it works. Let's see. npm start. Okay, and it looks pretty decent, but as you can see here, there is no Tailwind CSS here and we are getting bug. Okay, let's copy the error and let's just say to our ChatGPT that it gives error such as this. Okay, it says apologize for confusion and it's giving us something else now. Okay, so
I'm here to help. Get to know Siri at apple.com.
Okay, Siri, please close yourself. I'm using ChatGPT right now. Okay, I have to close it. Okay, so I think there is some change in this Tailwind config.js. As you can see here, we are not giving anything here. Okay, so I think everything is fine, but I think there is something wrong with this. Yeah, I know exactly what is wrong with this, but I just wanted to solve it using ChatGPT, right? Because that's the whole goal of this thing. So I'll just remove it and put it here. So let's try it. Okay, now it has run. So ChatGPT actually solved the problem, it seems. Now go out here and yes, my Tailwind CSS is working absolutely perfectly, which is pretty awesome up to this point, right? So now let's create our navbar. I'll just say to my ChatGPT, create a navbar in React using Tailwind CSS. Make sure it is responsive and contain some logo and links, and also add login buttons as well. Okay, let's see what it generates. So first I absolutely have to create this new component folder myself. So I'll just create a folder, call it components, and here I'll create another folder called navbar. navbar. Inside I'll create a file called index.tsx. Okay, so this is a tsx file, so no problem. I'll just paste it here, and I'm going to use my navbar component inside my root folder, inside my app.tsx. Before everything, I'll just say navbar and import it like this. Okay. We are getting a lot of error here. This is error related to ESLint, but let's ignore this error at least for some time here. Okay, you can see here I get a navbar which looks pretty good, and it is not responsive. Okay, I'll just say to my terminal CSS, make sure that above navbar is responsive as well. Okay, let's see how it does it. But I'm really impressed by the navbar that it created. It looks really good, actually, to be very honest with you. Like, it looks absolutely awesome. It's not that bad, right? Okay, let's see. I'm really excited. Now I'm really excited. Okay, so it is generating a lot of code for my navbar. Let's see if it is any good. I'll just copy this navbar code. I don't have to wait for anything else. So inside our I'm also getting a little impatient to see what else we can do here. Yeah, navbar, find, copy it, go out here. It looks pretty good. Now if I just refresh it, oh, it looks fine. It looks really good, really good. Obviously there is some problem here, right here. I'll just say that buttons and links are getting attached. Can you please add some space between them? Oh, it's going to generate everything again. Okay, keep generating it. Generate it until we get it right. Close it, open it. Oh, this is really good. I like this. It is responsive, it is everything is great. Okay, let's see what else we can do. So now we have this navbar. I will copy this and I'll just go out here again in my navbar and remove everything and paste it here. Now let's see. If I refresh this, it still did not solve the problem, right? Okay, now it solved the problem in responsive. Here now the problem doesn't exist here, right? But if I go to my page, the problem is still here, little bit of space. I think we have to do that ourselves now. But before that, I also want to tell it that make sure that the theme is red and white color. Now generate it again. Okay, I don't want this. I don't like this blue color. I would prefer red and white. Yeah, that's the theme of our project basically. Now I think it has generated it. Let's see. It is still generating it. Okay, take your time, no worries. Now I'll just copy this code again and finally I'll just remove everything and paste it here. Okay, let's go out and see. Okay, we are getting red and white. It's fine and everything is working perfectly. It's really good. It still didn't solve this little problem, so we have to solve it ourselves. But also we're getting some problem here because it is not closing the anchor tag. I think it is closing the anchor tag, so I don't know what the problem is. Oh, we have to use link in React, but it is actually using anchor tag, right? As a attribute requires a value to access. Okay, I think we have to give this value just like this and it will work. Yeah, I'll just change it for everything, no problem. This is a minor thing that you can do yourself. Okay, fine. Now the error is gone. The error was an ES-linked error, which is pretty basic, no problem. I want to give it space because ChatGPT just did not added the space here, so I will do that myself. So where are those anchor tags? Anchor tags are right here, and I will just say margin right 6. Okay, so now we have a little bit margin here, and we decrease it and we say absolutely perfect. Okay, so the nav bar is done, right? Now next thing I'm going to do is, so inside my project here we have navbar, which is pretty fine, and in our app.tsx file we have navbar, we have everything. This background gray, I don't need it, I'll just remove it like this. Padding 4, I will also remove it like this. Instead I'll just give it an empty fragment like this. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty dope. Okay, now I want ChatGPT to create our hero banner. I'll just say create a full screen hero banner with text and background images. Also add the button. Make sure picture is high quality using unsplash images. Also make sure theme is red and white. Okay, let's see what it generates. Okay, we have to create this hero banner txt file. I'll just create it inside my component. I'll just say hero banner sorry, and I'll just create a file index.tsx like this. Okay, fine. Now okay, I think it is creating it. Okay, it is creating it in Tailwind CSS, so no problem. Let's copy and use it directly. Why even worry about it? So yeah, Tailwind banner is here. I have to go out and import it. I'll just remove everything for now because it's not required. I'll just import our hero banner here. Let's see. I forgot to tell it to make it responsive, but let's see. Okay, like, oh nice, this looks pretty good, right? I mean, this is not bad at all, right? So if I just make it responsive, it is completely responsive. It's really good. I think I really like it. Okay, I'll rather just say make this font a little bit bigger, right? Make those text bigger and responsive. Also make, this is the button, right? One button I want to make it red and another is transparent. Also make one button red and other one transparent. Okay, let's see how it does. Generate all the code. Right, I'll just copy it directly without wasting any time inside my hero banner. I'll just say okay like this, and it looks good. It says welcome to my app. My powerful application menu is working perfectly fine, and it looks really decent. Now I like this. Okay, next thing that I'm going to say is to create a introduction section probably, right? So let's just see. Now I want it to say create what we do sections. This section should contain cards and information about our services, make it responsive. Cards should have a box shadows, okay, like this. So what we do, right, I will create that section component as well. I'll just go out here and just say what we do folder. Here I'll create a new file called index.tsx. now I'm just going to copy this code, let's see, paste it here, and I'm going to use this file inside our app.tsx, and I'll just say what we do this. Nice, let's see how it works. It looks really good, doesn't it? Now let's see if it's responsive or not. Okay, it is responsive here, it is responsive down everywhere, like this. So good, I think it's beautiful. Okay, now I'll just say to this, add different images in above code, and also some animation on hover, like this. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to copy this code and inside my what we do, paste it. Okay, so okay, we have different image, but also we have the same image. We couldn't find the images. Okay, we have nice. It changed all the images right here, and it's also showing this hover effect, right? Whenever we hover over the card, we are changing the box shadow, as you can see here, and it is pretty good. I think the image, I have no problem with the image, it's fine. The image here also looks pretty decent, no problem. Previous one was also better, this one is also better, so no problem. I would say here, so what I will do is I will just say to my ChatGPT, make sure all the above card has different red color images. Right, so let's just copy it, let's just see what it brings us, paste it. Now if I go to my page, it actually brings me 3 pages, and also the hover animation is still working, so it looks beautiful. It's fine, I'm happy with this. Now I'll just say create a timeline where we will show step by step journey on how to use our product. Also make it responsive, right? Because we want to create a timeline basically. Let's see what it does, if it's good or not. Okay, I'll just create another component again. I'll just go out inside components and call a new folder called timeline. I'll just create a file called index.tsx. Okay, now I can just paste it here, save it. I'll just use my timeline inside this folder. Just say timeline. Okay, Now, okay, it looks pretty decent. I'll just make it, if it's, I will see if it is responsive or not. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Yeah, it is completely responsive. I think it's pretty good. I'll just say make sure all the timeline is connected with SPG line airplane, like this. Let's see what it does. I just want some airplane kind of effect. Also make animation on hover. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, so let's use the code. Just copy the code and inside my timeline I'll just select everything, remove everything and paste it here. Okay, go out here now. Okay, it used the arrow but it just used one arrow. This is absolutely not what I wanted, but I think I just have to settle it with this, at least for this particular thing. Okay, so I'll just use whatever was before. I will not use it. Yeah, I think this is pretty good, at least for my project. Right, so next thing that I want to create is I want to create a FAQ call to action section, right? I'll just say create a call to action section, make sure it contains SD images and attractive taglines and buttons. Also use some animations. Okay, so now we have to create this folder and components. I'll just go here and say call to actions. Here I'll just create index.tsx file. Okay, I'll just copy it, paste it here, save it. I'll just go inside my app folder. I'll just say call, not like this, call to action. Let's just see what it brings us. Okay, and there is the animation. Pretty decent. I don't think it is bad at all. I think it is really good, right? I think it is pretty decent. Obviously now there is a little bit of margin problem here which we can solve easily, but other than that, look at what they have built for us. I mean, structure wise I think it's pretty dope. So what I'm going to say is there is no header section here. I'll just tell it to change, make sure that call to action section have full background images and animations. Okay, I'm just trying to modify some of the things in that. Let's see how it does. And go to my call to action file, remove everything, paste everything, and if I see here, it looks pretty decent, but it just have background color. Let's see what it does. It just gives background color. So I will say here, instead of background red in above code, give me SD background images in red theme. Okay, Okay, now just copy this code, remove everything, paste it here, try it out and see. And it looks good. It doesn't look bad, it does look good. So I will say in above code, remove image in right section and make text big, and also animation on the text like this, because I don't want this particular image, this brick image. It's just annoying. So let's just see what it created for us. Okay, it is still creating. Great. Now let's see what it has done. So I'll just remove again everything, paste it, see it. Okay. It removed all the image. Set background image in above code, also make text bigger and add animations. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I'll just copy the code again, remove everything, paste it. Let's see how it does. Now it looks decent. There is this animation in all of the text, but I like it. I'll just leave it just as it is. And here responsiveness, it is also pretty decent. Yeah, it is really good. Love the project up until now. Now another section is our gallery. So I'll just ask you to create a gallery. Create a masonry gallery section. Also add animations on the images. Okay, let's see. So it will create this file called gallery. I'll just also create a component and I'll call it, I'll create a new folder, call it gallery, and I will say new file index.tsx. okay, and I will just copy this code, paste it here. Okay, so what's the problem here? Screen readers announce image tag as the image. You don't need to store image, photo or anything. Probably this. Okay, this is a simple thing. I think this is ES related thing, so not a big problem. So I'll just select every gallery images and remove this image. I'll just add gallery only. Okay, now I have to add this gallery inside my app.txt file. So I'll go out here in my app.tsx and add like this. Okay, now if I go to the page, so we do have our gallery section and it is animating with this blink kind of thing. I mean, it is not necessary, but I think it is pretty good. You can see here the image is not taking the whole div space, which is making it looks not that good. So let's fix that, and I'll just say the same thing. Even though I know how to fix this, I'll just ask ChatGPT, make sure all the images fit inside the card. Okay, I'll just stop generating here. I will also say to remove that animation because I think it looks better without animation. So make sure all the images fits inside the card, and also remove animation and add animation only on hover. Okay, fine. So it is generating it. Now I'll just copy the code. I'll go to my gallery section, remove everything. Okay, so I have to fix this as well. I should have just wrote it in ChatGPT too, but I think it's fine. I'll just remove the image here and the problem will be solved. Okay, so it did not actually completely fixed it, but I think it is pretty decent. Not actually what I wanted, but I think we have to just move on with this. So yeah, the gallery image, I know how to solve this though. If I have to solve it, I can just give the object contain to object cover. I'll just say object cover, and it looks pretty good. So that's one solution. Right, so you can see here the ChatGPT, even the ChatGPT need human being like me in some cases. Okay, so it looks really good, right? We have gallery section, and now the second section we want to create is a FAQ section. So I'll just say create a FAQ section. It should contain questions and answers. When I click the arrow on question, answer should open up with animations. Okay, let's see how it does. So I'll create another component, called it FAQ. I'll just give it a new file called index.tsx. all right, okay, so I'll just copy this file and I'll just paste it, right? And FAQ section, I'll just import it right here inside my app folder. Here I'll just say FAQ section, and let's see how it does. Okay, you can see here it looks good, but another thing that I'm going to ask you to do is fill it with actual questions and answers. Let's see. Okay, as you can see here, it looks decent. I should see responsiveness of it as well. So it is responsive. Every one of it is responsive. Layer is really great. It's awesome actually that we can do all this quick with the help of ChatGPT. Is pretty awesome. It's pretty dope. So inside my FAQ folder, I'll just remove everything and save it. I'll just refresh, go out here, and you can see there are FAQ with actual question and answers. And now this looks pretty good. So we have so many things here. We have what we do, our step-by-step journey, our everything, and it is awesome. So now next thing I'm going to ask my ChatGPT to create is create a newsletter section in red theme with images and animations. No, I don't want an animation, with images only. Okay, I'll just create a new component again, called it newsletter, and I'll just create a file called index.tsx. Now just copy it, paste it. If I go to the page, I have to obviously import it, right? So inside my app.tsx file, I'll just say newsletter section, let's see. It is great, like it is really great. So we have our input where we can enter the email and we can just subscribe. Another thing that I will just say is I think it is really great. A couple of things I will make an improvement in newsletter. I will just say add header to the section, also add background image in the section which is dim and dark to show the image above properly. Let's see if it understands my language. Okay, it has been generated. I'll just copy the code, go to my newsletter, remove everything, paste it again, and let's see. Okay, see, it actually did that, but I will just also say it, make sure the background image is little dark overlay, right? And I'll also say also add heading is newsletter at top, like this. Let's see. Probably now it understands what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's copy it. I still guess that it does not get exactly what I want. Okay, so I've added the newsletter section, I've refreshed, and what do I get? I get a dim image, which is pretty fine. I also get this heading, but I just missed the image right there. Okay. In my previous code, just change the background image in my previous code, which is code before the above code. Okay, let's see. I hope it understands which code I mean. Just change background image and make it dark dim. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the code is generated. I'll just copy it again, remove everything, paste it. Let's see if I get what I want. Okay, now I get what I want. So this is exactly what I wanted, and now I've got it. So this looks pretty good. Now the final thing I want to do is add a footer. So I'll just say create a professional footer with logos and all the links, and make sure the theme is red and white. Also make it responsive. So now let's check that if our newsletter is responsive or not. Okay, let's see. Inside here it is absolutely responsive, so it is dope. Now it has created the footer. I'll just copy the footer and get a new component called footer. I'll just create a file called index.tsx, paste it. Obviously I have to change this for some reason because of ESLint, I guess, and go out here, and if I see it, Obviously I have to add the footer in my folder here as well. Don't get pretty excited, step by step. Okay, and you can see here I get the footer. There are some icons which is not working. I will just say in the footer make light white background color, add logos, and add social media icons as well. Let's see. I can see here it is giving me this image source, but I don't have those image sources, so I will just say instead of social media image, use social media SVG icons instead. Okay, now you can see here it has actually used the icon, but it is telling me to install this React icon, which I don't want to. So I'll just simply say remove icons and add 10 more links in grid fashion. Okay, let's try it. I'll just copy the code, go inside my footer, remove everything and paste it. Let's see if I go out here, I get the link and everything, but it looks pretty bad. I'll just say create a footer, only this, not anything, because let's see what it simply create. Okay, so it is adding some SVG icons as well. Let's see what it brings to the table. Right, so now let's add it. Just copy it and paste it, and if I see here, and we get our logo and links. Obviously logo is just a text logo, but I will just tell it to use red and white theme. In the footer use red and white theme and use some SVG logo instead of logo text. Let's see. Okay, so now let's use the code. I can see here it is using this logo file which I don't have, but still I just want to try it out to see how it looks. Okay, it says that you cannot use it, and it's fine. I'll just say instead of this, I'll just say SVG for logo. Okay. So let's use the code. I'll just copy code, remove everything, paste it, and see our footer. Then this is how our footer is created. Now I'll just say add more links to the footer, add more links to above footer. So as you can see here, we don't have a logo section here, so just for that I'll just copy everything and I will paste everything here. Now I'll just copy this logo because this is what I wanted, this SVG icon, and I'll remove everything. I don't know what I did here. Okay, so I don't need any of this, so I'll just remove all of it from here to here, right? And inside my logo I'll just add the SVG icon here. Let's see, I hope this works. Missing semicolon. Let's see where the error is. Okay, I think I just have to settle for the logo. I think it's just okay. I think I have to settle for what it is. I'll just say create a simple footer with links and SVG icons. Okay, just let's settle with something simple because it is getting complicated to create footer for some reason. Okay, it is using this icon again which I don't want. I'll just say create a simple footer with links and some description about the company. Okay, as you can see here, the ChatGPT did not give us what we wanted. We have to change our model based on what ChatGPT provided us. I mean, obviously we could install all of these icons and all the problem will be solved, but I just didn't want to install those icons, and that's why I have to do all of these things. Otherwise it was not necessary at all. I'll just start the server, and okay, so we don't have those icons, so I have to remove all of this. Instead of this I will just say p tag, and I'll just say icons just for the sake of it now. Icons like this, and I'll just copy it, paste it, copy it and paste it. Instead of this href tag I'll just say slash for now. Okay, so everything looks good. The image changes because obviously that is the random image, that's why images are changing every time, and it looks really good, right? We have our gallery, we have our section, we have newsletter, and we have our footer, and the footer looks really great as well. Finally, right? If it is the icons, then it will look even better, but we're just giving icon here for the sake of it. So now you can see here the landing page is created and it looks really decent, right? But let's say I use the icon. Let's use the icon. Why not install the icon, right? So let's install the icons. So I'll just say icon here. I have to install this React icons. If I install the icon previously, I would have saved a lot of trouble, but yeah, fine. Anyway, let's install the icon. Okay, so all the icons are installed. Now I can also select all this and put a slash here like this, and you can see I get 3 icons here. Images are working perfectly, everything is working perfectly. So our ChatGPT created a really good website for us, our landing page for us, and you can see it is highly responsive as well. right? Everything is responsive and it looks pretty good. And if I hover over this, I also give some shadow effect and it looks pretty good. I think ChatGPT is capable enough to create really good website. It is such a helping thing. If you want to create everything, then you don't have to create it from scratch. You can just build some structure like this and modify it and just build website in no time. So I think ChatGPT is really good tool, but I don't think that you can do everything in ChatGPT, even though you can do almost like 80% of the thing from here, and it will really be helpful to you if you start using ChatGPT to create your project. I think that's the conclusion, and it looks really nice. So thank you for watching. Probably ChatGPT will steal your job, who knows, right? So yeah, whatever, just make it your friend because it makes everything easy as well. Have fun, subscribe, like if you want to. Thank you for watching.